The Minnesota Timberwolves entered this contest tonight without Rudy Gobert, who was suspended for a 7th flagrant foul, and Naz Reid. You still think they would be okay, right? Taking on the Philadelphia 76ers, but Philly didn't get the script. Anthony Edwards did all he could to try and keep his crew in it early on. He gets this bucket to drop after the spin move to tie the game at 19 apiece with 4:50 left in the first quarter. Philly kept plugging away. Then newly acquired Wolf Ayo Dosunmu showing off his range from the corner. It's knotted at 22 apiece, but Tyrese Maxey packed his lunchbox and came to play. Sizes up the rim, hand in his face, didn't matter. Sixers are up 9, and then the floodgates open. Cam Payne saw his chance, gets in on the fun. Wolves down 16, and then something you don't see every day. Maxey driving to the paint when he punches on Anthony Edwards. Ouch. Wolves fall 135 to 108 in this one. All right, now that that game has concluded, we have to talk about it a little bit more. So CCO Radio's Henry Lake is joining me. Henry, it's been a while since I've had you on set here. Usually we do our H&H podcast in Studio 9, but now we're bringing it out to the main studio. So thanks for joining me. That being said, Timberwolves love to be up and down to their competition, taking on the 76ers. Slow start in tonight's game. Didn't play the way they were probably capable of playing. With that being said, though, they're still in number 6 seed in the Western Conference as of right now. How do you feel about this team?
The inconsistency bothers me.
For sure.
But I think that more than anything, the issue that I'm having with the Wolves is when Rudy Gobert is not in the lineup, defensively, there's a dramatic fall off. And I get it. Like, this
Wait,
guy's...
you're telling me that Rudy Gobert is like really that good defensively?
Yeah,
because
you know.
NBA TNT and Draymond Green said otherwise.
Everybody knows that he's good. Everybody knows he's legit. And look, we know that when he's not in the lineup, of course, they're going to have a drop-off.
Yeah.
But, man, they got to guard somebody. And tonight, not having Naz in there, you know you're going to have a drop-off offensively and then defensively when Rudy's not in the lineup. But the bottom line is they got to get after it. They got to attack more. And tonight, you really saw that against Philadelphia.
Well, they still have Anthony Edwards. So, yeah, they didn't have Naz Reid. They didn't have Rudy Gobert, but they still have Anthony Edwards. What have you seen from him recently that makes you feel comfortable about this team and their playoff chances?
Ant is really starting to turn it up. And right now, I think that he should be on the short list of candidates for MVP. Now, of course, when you look at the NBA, Shea is going to be right there, even though he's out. You know that Wemby's in the conversation.
Absolutely.
We know that Cade Cunningham is having a phenomenal year for the Detroit Pistons. But Anthony Edwards, to me, at least in my opinion, should be in that top 5.
Rich Paul said the same thing. He said this is LeBron James' agent. He's has his own company and things like that. But he said when you turn on the basketball screen, you watch an NBA game, and it's not the Timberwolves. He said you'll be hard-pressed to find another player that's better than Anthony Edwards. That being said, he did win the All-Star Game MVP. Do you think that speaks volumes to the direction Anthony Edwards is heading in?
100%. Like, he's moving in the right direction. He's really taking everything serious about taking the next step. But with that being said, it's never, to me, in my opinion, ever been about the skills. It's never been about, like, can he shoot, can he defend, can he do this or that and the other. It's about, can you do it consistently and just continue to kind of move forward to be an NBA champion. Right now, Cade Cunningham has taken that next step. The question has been for the last couple of years, will Anthony Edwards take that next step? And it looks like right now he is.
Well, he said it, that Chris Finch has been extremely hard on him recently. He basically said that he texted him, lets him know, hey, your defense has been slacking. You need to do better. Or he said he texted him after the season ended last year, said you need to have an end-of-game shot. He said you need to have a shot that you can fall back on and know you're going to hit that every single time. So Ant said he worked extremely hard on that this past offseason. It's somewhat showing. He said the other day he drops 40-point games because he does that in his sleep. That being said, do you think they have enough pieces to make a legitimate run towards an NBA Finals?
I think that they have enough pieces. They just are going to have to make sure that the defensive ability that they have cannot waver. They have to be consistent defensively on that end, and we've seen that when defensively they step up, that they have been able to get to the Western Conference Finals. Jaden McDaniels, I think, has taken another leap, another step this season. Julius Randle's been kind of inconsistent a little bit here lately. It's like one night he's getting a triple-double, the next night he's, you know, taking too many shots. But I feel good about the Timberwolves right now.
What do you think about Ayo Dosunmu? I haven't asked you that question on this show. I love his game as well. Do you think he's that missing piece that they needed, or do you think they still need one more piece?
Yeah, I still believe that they need another piece. which they're not going to be able to acquire because the trade deadline has expired. I think with Aiyuk, the reason why I like him so much is because he can handle the basketball, but defensively he's so good. And we know that the number one guy that we missed in free agency was Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Absolutely.
He kind of picks up a little bit of that slack, but Terrence Shannon Jr. has not developed and raised his level. They got him back tonight, but we need to see what he's going to bring to the table here as we wind down the season.
If they want to make a long run in the postseason, Terrence Shannon Jr. is absolutely going to have to be a pivotal member of this team. That being said, let's look at the outlook of the Western Conference Finals, or not conference finals, but the Western Conference. Who do you look at in that division and say, man, we got to watch out for them?
The Spurs.
Number 2
The San
seed
Antonio
right now.
Spurs they're off the. Put it like this: if you were to say, who do you lean towards coming out of the West? It ain't OKC, in my opinion.
Really
It's
Really?
the Spurs, and OKC does not match up well with San Antonio.
Even with Jared McCain now on their team that they made the trade for with the 70s.
He ain't the difference maker in that particular series. San Antonio versus OKC, I think the Spurs are just a bad matchup for OKC.
I will say that.
They won, what, 3 games already?
Yeah.
In playing them? Yeah.
They were undefeated to begin the season playing them. I will say this, Victor Wembanyama and the challenges that he presents for any defense trying to guard him, pack a lunchbox. It's going to be a long night whenever you play him. Now that I mentioned that, though, LeBron's still playing. Luka Doncic is still on the same team. Those two together, when healthy, a dynamic offensive duo. Do you think the Lakers still have a legitimate chance to raise another title with LeBron James, or do you think LeBron James's title window has officially closed?
I've said this for the last 3 years. LeBron's not winning another title. That's just hands down. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I will say this to any team that's trying to come out of the West. Ain't nobody scared of Luka and LeBron.
Right.
They don't have enough. Like, their bigs just aren't good enough.
Yeah.
You know, DeAndre Ayton and who was it, Jackson Hayes?
Yeah.
They're not scaring anybody. So I'm not a believer in the LA Lakers.
Okay, under 30 seconds, I have to get your question on this. Right now, the Timberwolves are a 6 seed. Are you fearful if they fall down to a 7th or 10th seed that maybe they don't make the playoff field?
No, I'm not concerned about them falling further than 6. I just don't think that when you look at the West, I just think that the Wolves at this particular point are too talented to fall further than where they are right now.
All right, well, we got to hit pause right now because we talked enough basketball. I got to get your take on the Minnesota Twins and the adversity they are already facing down in Fort Myers. Stay with us. We'll be right back for more Sports Now in just a couple of minutes.
Searching for furniture deals this President's Day? Shop Dock 86 and find the lowest prices every day. This reclining sofa with drop-down charging table is only $549. And this expandable dining table with 6 chairs and 2 heights is just $899. It's like a sale, 365 days a year. Take it from me, Allie, Shop Dock 86.
When you make a decision, you tend to weigh your options, right? Compare, contrast, or maybe even do a little window shopping. So why not do the same when it comes to your insurance?
Or better yet, let us do it for you. Insurance Brokers of Minnesota. We work for you. Find you the best coverage at the best price. Don't pay your next premium until you call us. Insurance Brokers of Minnesota. One call, shops all.
Check out Insurance Brokers of Minnesota, representing auto owners insurance.
I'm an appliance specialist,
I'll listen to what you need and suggest maybe what you don't need
so you can get the most for your money.
and get it delivered fast. We're the appliance specialists at Warner Stellian.
Get the most for your money with our exclusive savings. Save over $2,000 on French door refrigerators from brands like GE Profile. Need to replace your dishwasher? Our appliance specialists make it simple, and our professionals will install it for free.
Experience a new way to shop for appliances at Warner Stellian.
Oh my God, Chris!
Hi.
Thank you very much.
What's going on?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It was so easy.
This isn't us saying we make an EV. This is us saying we make an EV worthy of being a Lexus. Because the greatest measure of an automobile is how it makes you feel. The all-electric RZ.
Get special offers on select Lexus RZ models.
Hi, Dan Stoltz here with Blaze Credit Union. Let's blaze new trails together. I'm going to meet up with Greta Myers, who's a blazer in speed skating. So you go fast, right? How fast do you go?
I'm blazing. When I was young, it was on backyard rinks and ponds. And then I eventually started blazing my way out on the track outdoors. I've been doing that since, all around the world.
Way to go, Greta! What do you think of Blaze?
I love it. It's fitting. Minnesotans are always blazing new ways.
Go Blaze!
Allie here. I used to chase sales, but then discovered Dock 86. They deliver the best value at the lowest prices, today and every day with the Dock price. Find that Dock price on your favorite living, dining, and bedroom furniture. Why wait? Great furniture doesn't have to be a special occasion. Shop the everyday low price at Dock 86.
It's been somewhat of a rocky start for the Minnesota Twins, and they haven't even thrown out the first pitch in the season, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Spring training continues down in Fort Myers, and today they were taking on the Atlanta Braves. So it was a 1-1 game early on in this one. That's when Alan Roden stepped up to the dish. Bases juice. He hits a grand slam to right field. The Twins would go up by a score of 5-1. And then top prospect Emmanuel Rodriguez also comes up to the dish a little bit later. He sees a fastball. He jumps all over it, sends it to right field. The Twins going to win this one 8-1. So that's the good. Let's talk a little bit about the bad with Henry Lake. He joins me for another segment. Pablo Lopez, season-ending Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
How big of a blow is that for Minnesota?
Massive blow. He's your ace. He's one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. He was a guy that was dependable. You knew that when he got the ball, he was going to go out there, he was going to grind it out, he was going to give you a quality start. And to not have him be in your rotation at all is a big blow for an organization that needs a couple of great arms to depend on, and Joe Ryan being the other one. This is massive. It's a big deal.
Speaking of Joe Ryan, he had to go for a further evaluation, had to get an MRI, had some back tightness and back soreness. Good news came out today that it was just inflammation, but is that a scary sign heading into the season that now your ace is already a little somewhat dinged up?
Yeah, I mean, when I look at the Twins, when you talk about ace, and every team, they have a different version of what the ace is. Pablo's the one, and Joe Ryan's the two. And to have Joe Ryan dealing with stuff, too, to start, it's not a good sign. But we know that at least at this particular point, it's not, according to them and reports, it's not a big deal. But yeah, this organization and the Twins team, they just can't have anything go wrong. And we're already in a situation where things are going wrong.
All right, I know you're the voice of the Twins. You do a lot with them during the season. That being said, what's your outlook for this team this season? Any better than last year?
Prior to Pablo Lopez getting injured and out for the year, I thought that they would be a better team than last season. Right now, I think there's too many question marks. There's too many unknowns. Are they going to add an arm? What is the bullpen going to look like? Is Luke Keeschel, is he going to take a leap forward? Is Royce Lewis going to actually put together a full season and be available? Can Byron Buxton, can he replicate what he did last year? I think there's a lot of question marks to really say at this particular time that the Minnesota Twins are going to take that next step forward.
As of right now, their current salary ranks 24 out of 32 MLB teams right now. That being said, do you think that the Pohlads did enough to put this team in position to win? Because when Mr. Pohlad was asked about the Twins not being a good team this year, he basically said, we're fielding a competitive team, and he didn't believe the reports that they were just tanking this season.
Yeah, I didn't believe that they were tanking at all. But when you don't spend, you really don't give yourself any room for a margin of error. And that's what we're dealing with right now. If you don't have guys improve, and if guys just kind of stay status quo, and then you look at the fact that their starting rotation has taken a massive hit, then how do you improve? Right. At this particular point, to me, one of the things of being a good ownership group and being good in terms of like with your management, baseball operations is making adjustments. And if you have injuries and you're already taking on water, you got to be able to add maybe a piece here, a piece there to make sure that you're going to be competitive.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be a long season. Henry Lake will be around for the Minnesota Twins. You'll hear from him after the games on the radio. Make sure you tune in. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Sports Now.
Experience the epitome of luxury and sustainability with an avocado organic mattress from the Mattress Studio at Gabbard's. Crafted with the finest organic materials for comfort and quality from avocado. Right now, enjoy no interest for 5 years from the Mattress Studio at Gabbard's.
At Luther Bloomington Subaru, we're all about speed, convenience, and transparency. Our state-of-the-art facility is centrally located, making it easy to get to us from anywhere in the metro. Need service? We'll get you in and out faster than you expect. No hassle, no wait. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease a new 2026 Forester from $189 a month. Or lease a new 2026 Crosstrek from just $139 a month. Speed, convenience, and transparency. It's all waiting for you at Luther Bloomington Subaru.
Now, Travis, you're just house sitting. You can use my Connecticut water for the plants, but that's all, and behave yourself.
Have a great trip, and catch some fish for me. It's so crystal clear.
Oh, come on. Buy a vowel.
Don't worry, girl. We'll get you all cleaned up.
Travis!
Ron! Home so soon?
Forgot my lucky lure. You simply can't leave my Connecticut alone, can you?
Connecticut. Even house sitters can't resist worry-free water.
Dogs are family, and they deserve to be treated that way. At Country Pup Kennel, we know how important your dog is. That's why our facility is built with comfort, cleanliness, and safety in mind. Our team stays overnight, making sure your pup is safe, comfortable, and cared for 24/7. From boarding to grooming to training, every service is designed to keep your dog's tail wagging all day long. Country Pup Kennel, where dogs are family.
Do you ever feel stressed? Like you need a getaway but don't have time to leave town? Call Spa Via Day Spa, where you can enjoy premium spa services in a peaceful resort setting. And our spa services are affordable, from soothing massages to revitalizing facials, waxing, and more. Our skilled specialists tailor every treatment to you. Plus, we even offer memberships for additional special perks and benefits. Say yes to self-care at a location near you.
Dutch Boy. It's only paint. It's only paint that goes on easy with a super smooth finish. It's only paint that battles even the toughest challenges, like keeping that neon orange under wraps. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only durable, dependable, change your life both professionally and romantically, Dutch Boy paint.
Elevate your home with Gabbard's curated selection of luxurious heirloom quality area rugs. Discover unparalleled craftsmanship and design. For a limited time, enjoy 15% savings on area rugs, now at Gabbard's.
Welcome back to Sports Now. Now we have some tragic news that we have to discuss that happened this past weekend. Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Rondale Moore died of an alleged self-inflicted gunshot wound in New Albany, Indiana. Their police chief confirmed that news. So first, I want to get your overall thoughts when you heard the news of Rondale Moore's passing. What went through your mind about him and his family members that he now leaves behind?
Just a tragedy, you know, to know that you have a person so full of life, 25 years old, that felt that they had maybe ran out of options or was dealing with so much sadness that they would do that. My heart goes out to his family. My heart goes out to the organization, his friends, and you know, as somebody that's dealt with that in my family. You know, I had an older cousin that took his life many years ago. I literally, over the holidays, I went to a funeral for a neighborhood friend that served our country, that did the same thing. It's just it's a very unfortunate situation.
For that, in this situation, for Rondale Moore, the resources there for the NFL, the NFL Players Associations and things like that, do you think there needs to be more emphasis put on these guys and their mental health while they're still playing, and even when their days are done, compared to maybe what they're doing now? I speak with several players who say, yes, they have resources in place, but you have to go look for those resources. They aren't handed to you. They aren't doing a lot to put it on your plate to say, hey, take advantage of this now.
I think that there's just only so much that a company can do. I think there's only so much that we can do. Yeah, can we always do maybe a little bit more? Yeah, but like, sometimes you just don't see the signs. You know, I think that as human beings, we're really good at camouflaging things in our lives. And so What do I want to see the NFL try to do more for their players? 100%. But that would go for any company. That would go for any family. I think there's always going to be things that kind of slip through the cracks.
Yeah, this is the third incident that we've had similar to this in the past year. Kyron Lacy, the LSU wide receiver. Then you had the football player from the Dallas Cowboys, and now here, Rondale Moore. I guess, what's your overall thoughts moving forward about your message about mental health towards young athletes, to people watching this right now, about they're not alone in the battles that they're going through?
Yeah, there's always, people that will be willing to help you in some way, shape, or form. I think that right now, more than anything, I think the conversation probably comes up that, what's actually happening with the National Football League, right? What's happening with football, because we are seeing a little bit more of this happening with football players as opposed to other sports.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate your take on that. Appreciate you for sharing your insight and what you had to go through. Rondale Moore, gone way too soon at the age of 25. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, the Vikings community, and everyone who loved him. Henry, I appreciate your time. Thank you for touching on that difficult subject. We'll be right back with more Sports Now.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event is back at White Bear Subaru. Come and get your love in a new Subaru Crosstrek, now available for just $139 a month lease. Visit the Midwest's #1 volume Subaru dealer, White Bear Subaru.
Steve, do you have any tattoos? I do have one really meaningful one. If you've been injured and want a higher level of representation, give us a call at 612-TSR time.
That same bold Louisiana flavor y'all love about our chicken?
Get this molasses.
Yeah, we did that to crispy Alaskan flounder and butterfly shrimp too. Love that seafood from Popeyes.
The garage door springs that come standard with most homes don't last. And when they fail, it's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello at A1 Garage Door Service. Our springs are the toughest in the industry, backed by our lifetime warranty. That's right. Fix them once and you're covered for life. Don't risk your family's safety or your peace of mind. Let A1 replace your springs before they become a problem.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one. The Subaru A Lot to Love event means big savings now. Come and get your love with 0% for up to 72 months on all new Subarus for a limited time. See Luther White Bear Subaru, the Midwest's #1 volume Subaru dealer.
All right, let's talk about the Golden Gophers. It was senior night for them as they were taking on Michigan State at home early on. So Tori McKinney, she's not a senior, but she showed up for her ladies today. She drains a triple right there, and then she will follow that up with a lefty layup here. 29 for her today, a career high for Tori McKinney, but it would not be enough because in the second half, Minnesota had no answer for the Spartans. Amy Terrian started raining triples, first to get them within 3, then she tied it up. Next thing you know, the Gophers were behind double digits after this next Terrian bucket. Now, they managed to cut it into the lead, but when they needed to stop, Jaylen Brown said, go look at a watch and watch the ticker stop. Tough bucket right there. The Gophers end up falling by this one by 14, and that snaps their 9-game winning streak. All right, Nathan McKinnon said after Team USA won gold that Canada was clearly the better team, but the scoreboard and record books will say otherwise. This marks the first time both Team USA men and women swept the Olympic hockey games and both took home a gold medal. The women finished these games with a perfect 7-0 record, while the men went 6-0, and they both happened to win in overtime in a 3-on-3 format. So everything is golden here for the United States as they get to continue their celebrations, and then the NHL season and PWHL season resumes. Have a great night. That'll do it for Sports Now.
Today on TMZ.
Okay, it's sort of like a commercial. Jelly Roll's wife says after his weight loss, things may appear larger in person.
When a man loses weight, it grows a lot.